Today is Thursday, August 10th, 2023. It is 11:57 in the morning. In the night, in the morning. It's about to be 12 in the morning. The next day. And I'm here at work. Chick-fil-A. I'm by myself, of course, because, if you watched my last video, you know Marco relapsed again. So he's recuperating right now, and I am alone again. It's really fucking hot right now, and it sucks a lot of ass. But anyways, I'm just grateful that I have this job. Like, I only work one day out of the week here. I make $3.75 in that one day, one night. As long as I work, it's supposed to be divided into three. Well, it's not supposed to be. She just mostly did it that way because she thought it was easier for us if we divide, the work around different days, because when we first started here, we had a crappier pressure washer that was smaller, the surface cleaner and everything, and it took kind of long, and we were new at it too, so we took kind of long to finish. So it was more for us. She's so nice. I love this lady. She's such a blessing to our business and our life, because really, Chick-fil-A has been the one constant job that we've had, and that's been able to sustain us when we haven't gotten other bigger jobs or other jobs anywhere else. So I'm really grateful, especially because I'm my own boss here. I'm making a video and nobody's coming to yell at me and tell me to get back to work. I'm my own boss. I get to tell myself when I could go back to work. I could leave if I want to and come back tomorrow and finish. If I really wanted to not do so much work in one night, but I'd rather do it all today so I could spend the rest of the week with Athena, because she's really down right now because of everything. And she started in a new school, and going to a new school and then going again, living somewhere else. She's lived there before for a few days, but she's not used to it. It's not her home. It's not where all her stuff is at my parents' house. So she feels a little, even though she likes it because it's peaceful and nobody's yelling for the most part. Sometimes I snap at her when she's not listening or whatever, but it's not something that lasts all day or hours or continuously throughout the day or nothing like that. So she likes it better there. It's more calm. And only when Marco's like this. When Marco's fine, when he's doing good, he's not, succumbing to his temptations. It's good. Everything's great at the house. Everything is good. We have a good time. But oh man, it's just, I don't know what his deal is. I don't know, but I already put me and Athena up for counseling. We're finally gonna start counseling next month. I hadn't set us up for a family one because I was waiting to see if Marco would want to come with us, but I keep bringing it up and he never wants to go. So you can't force someone into therapy or counseling if they don't want to go. Some people are just very against talking about their issues. Some people just don't like opening up and speaking the truth about how they feel on the inside and what rubs them the wrong way and what is really bothering them inside that they don't talk about ever. I'm just not one of those people. I've never been one of those people. I've always been a person that's thought it was best to speak up for anything and everything that you feel, whatever issue you have going on. I've always internalized the idea that if you don't speak up and share your opinion or share how you're feeling, you're going to be forgotten. Basically, you're gonna be just pushed aside. You're essentially not gonna matter because you're not making a stand to matter. Basically, that's the way I've always seen everything in life, as far as like talking about stuff and your feelings, because feelings are a lot more important and powerful in the world of creation and reality than we truly understand. Like, a lot of people do understand, they say your feelings shape your reality, or your feelings, you can manifest things or whatever with your intention. And I mean, your intention is not really a feeling, like, emotional, like bad feeling, but it is still a feeling. Like, it's a positive feeling. You still have to put a certain energy out there, to manifest things. So people that understand that it depends on how you're feeling, like what intention, what energy you're putting into it. So I know some people know that, but not everyone. And even those people don't truly understand how, like, your negative feelings really, like, the internalized negative feelings really shape your reality, like your outside world. It actually has a physical manifestation on the outside world when you leave things inside. I've always thought that, and now I understand it on a completely different level. Before, I didn't really understand like how it tied into the world around you, but now I understand that there's a lot of irony and poetry within the bad things that happen to people and the stuff they've internalized and not released, not let go of. A lot of the stuff that happens is meant to happen to help you open up those wounds, or to express them and let them go. If you have a certain trauma in you and you don't let it go, you start to subconsciously, unconsciously gravitate towards people and events and things that will replicate that trauma, or at least challenge that trauma on a certain level, until you either face it, or you run from it again, or you just try and ignore it as best you can. Yeah. So I don't believe in holding in your feelings. I've never believed that. And even though I believe that, I still hold in my feelings sometimes, believe it or not, because of the stigma that comes with expressing yourself and being emotional and crying and all that. A lot of people don't take that too kindly. They tend to get offended by it, or they just don't like being around that. They don't like being reminded of those types of feelings, because they don't want to think about things that make them feel that way, the things that they're trying to ignore, to keep inside. So, because this world is just full of people carrying around all kinds of trauma and not wanting to, like, release it, let it go, and just trying to act like it doesn't exist and ignore it and go around and try and live their happy lives like they're happy, when they come across a person that is like me, that is very open and emotional with their feelings, it's not a pleasant experience for them. And they in turn make it an unpleasant experience for me, because then I start getting self-conscious and like, and then feeling like a crybaby, and all those negative thoughts come back into my head of acting like a baby and all that shit that people would tell you when you were little and you're crying because you have emotions, because you're a little human being. So I still sometimes hold in my feelings, like my negative rage feelings. I'm talking about specifically, not my opinions, my feelings of anger and frustration is what I hold in. Cause and like a bit of the trauma, resentment that I still haven't been able to fully release from growing up. Yeah, that is the bigger thing that I guess I hold on to. That's a challenge in my personal life. But yeah, I'm a lot better at dealing with that than I used to be. Shit, I used to be so like frustrated and angry about it, and always just openly expressing it, that I was constantly like just like triggering my family, you know, with things, because I just wanted to talk and get it out, you know. But when you do that, it kind of starts to have also a negative effect. When people aren't ready to purge that trauma within themselves, they tend to start kind of like pushing you away, or like, you know, making it seem like you have a problem and they don't, and just making you feel like you're just, you know, wasting your time essentially doing that. So even though I know I'm right, you know, and eventually all the stuff that I tell them, you know, like comes to happen. I mean, it's fucking, but whatever, it's all good. Alright, I'm gonna get back to work now because it's already 12 and I want to at least get the driveway done before the lights go off.